Hey everybody, listen, before I get into the mess, I just want to say a special thank you to everyone that helped me get to my goal, but it's not over. Listen, I want to do this for a living. Help me get there. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. Made a new goal to get to 2,500 subscribers. Hopefully we can do that. Also, if you guys want to see any shows that you guys love or any content that you guys really love, I would love some ideas. Put them down in the comment section. I will definitely respond and converse with you. So, with no further ado, let's get to the mess. Woo! That was supposed to be a cute fade out, but you know my editing skills. Fuck it. You get what you get. All right. Hey, what's up? Welcome to this fine Saturday. Listen, I just finished putting my face on. I would have filmed that, but you guys aren't ready to see me without eyebrows. But let's get into the mess. Did y'all see the reunion trailer for The Real Housewives of Atlanta Part 2? We might as well call it Porsha's been exposed in another lie. Remember when she was on a Bravo behind the scenes? Y'all might not have seen it, but I'll break the mess down for you. She was on a Bravo behind scenes, and Porsha was like, what? Like, LaToya licked the toilet, but she looked me down there. And Shamia, being Captain Save a Bleep, was like, what you talking about, Porsha? Nobody ever licked you down there. What you talking about? And Porsha's like, no, I meant on my lips, this and that. Listen, everybody thinks Porsha's stupid and she got caught in a lie, but Porsha is not stupid. But she likes letting people know her sexual prowess. Porsha really trades in erotic currency. And I talked about that before. You know, there is financial currency, there is intellectual currency, but there's also erotic currency. That is if you're a woman, or in patriarchal standards, you're in your prime, you're lush, you're childbearing, but to be erotic currency, you also have to play a little stupid. Because if there's one thing that people don't like, and we can see that by Kenya Moore haters, is a smart, powerful, intelligent woman. It's okay to be smart. It's okay to be powerful. It's okay to be intelligent. But you better not flex and show everybody you're smart, intelligent, and formidable. So anyway, Porsha is sitting there playing stupid, but she wanted the world to know that Toya went down on her because Porsha was believing, I don't care what y'all say, that was a made-up storyline that Kenya had a crush on LaToya. It just was. Everybody's just like, oh, there's this chemistry. And I was like, I don't see it. You know, Kenya is very smart. She was playing the game. She was given like a little teaser storyline. But Porsha fell for it. And Porsha really thought that Kenya, you know, maybe had some plans on LaToya. Maybe she did. I don't think so. So it's almost like the way Porsha loves rubbing her erotic currency in people's faces. That's why she keeps letting it slip that Toya went down on her. Toya went down on her just to get under Kenya's skin. Right? So she's at the reunion, right? So that's the background, right? So she's at the reunion and she's like, so it crystallized for me. You know, it came to me that LaToya was down there doing some things, right? So then Andy was like, some things. And LaToya was like, what things? You know, her island accent. What things was I doing down there, right? And Porsha was like, oh, you know, you have your head down there, right? LaToya didn't miss a beat. LaToya was like, oh, did I? Did you like it? Did you enjoy it? And Porsha was like, yeah, I did. But then she looked at Andy and Andy's face was like, what? I thought you didn't remember. And just that quick, you can see her eyes dart around the room, right? Like, I mean, I don't remember. You just said you liked it. I don't remember it really. It was a haze. I just kind of remembered this and that. But you know, and then she thought about social justice snatch that she's supposed to be morphing in. So she was like, I mean, it was no big deal. You know, I had my whole outfit on, so it's not like it was like for real. You see, that's the thing with Porsha. She can't. And listen, a lot of people were in my thing like, you hate Porsha. I don't hate Porsha. I like Porsha. I think she's a breath of bubbly, sunny air. But this iteration of this role that Porsha's playing this season, no, I don't get down with. And y'all, I just don't get down with. I don't like the role she's playing this season, right? So, and all these girls are probably perfectly nice in public, but they all play roles, right? Just like Kenya feeds into the villain role, right? Porsha feeds into the nice, fun, happy, good time girl. Woo, you know? So anyway, Porsha couldn't resist getting that dig in and like flexing her erotic currency to Kenya. This is another reason why Porsha, in my mind, fears getting older, right? Because the older you get in patriarchal society, right, the less erotic currency you have. You could be a drop dead gorgeous 80-year-old. I said it, getting with all the 20-year-olds, but because you're 80, you're not juicy, you're not, and most importantly, you can't play dumb, because there's just no such thing as a dumb 80-year. I mean, there might be, right, the things I've seen, but it's a hard sell. It's a hard sell, and then it's no longer attractive. You want to see a case study? Watch the Real Housewives of New York. Ramona and Sonia, they still try to play into that fun 20, 30-year-old good time girl, and it comes across as so desperate and so cringy when they should be standing in their power. But let's get back. Porsha couldn't wait to flex that erotic currency because she thinks she's getting a dig under Kenya. Kenya's sitting there looking like she ate the canary, just like, Porsha's always falling for my little traps, right? So Porsha was like, oh, no, I mean, I don't remember, but, I was wearing a full uniform, so it's not like it could have been there, because, again, social justice warriors don't talk about all the little things down there that happened at a bachelor party where you allegedly busted down a stripper, right? So then Andy was like, but in all fairness, your costume was a piece of string, right? And Porsha was like, yeah. And LaToya was like, yeah, girl, I could have just pushed that to the side. And Porsha starts lighting up like, oh, you talk about that. Porsha's thinking about the after party now, because whatever LaToya did to her, she liked it, and it looks like she wouldn't mind more, right? Then we flip to Drew. I heard all the peaches are coming back. Everybody was offered a thing back, but it's unclear on what we'll talk about that later, right? But all the peaches are coming back, and I'm really upset because, I see what it is. The producers want to bring Drew in to have more control. Now, I don't even know why Porsha or anybody trusts Drew. She has shown she will tape, she will record, she will set up. LaToya was talking about, that's why she came out guns blazing, because she said that Drew sent Ralph's barber to bust into her room while she was half naked getting dressed, saying, oh, I heard you had a cold, and threw some emergency at her. That's those vitamin C packs. And was like, compliments of Drew Sidora, and was taping it. Drew is out of her mind. I realize she needs to check, but I mean, can't you be more clever with it? Can't you be less obvious about it? Drew, I never saw someone that is so petty, will make up so much mess, but then it's still boring. She's so boring. It's like, how can you be so manufactured? How can you be so much mess? And how can you be so boring at the same time? Anyway, the camera pans over to Drew, and Drew was like, something about, so Andy asked her, like, yo, you're always saying that, there's something between LaToya and Kenya. And Kenya was like, you have never seen me naked. And LaToya's like, I've never seen you naked. And Kenya was like, did you see me naked? And LaToya's like, I didn't see your butt. And Kenya was like, well, I was showing LaToya, and Candy's there giggling like, your butt, right? And she's like, I was showing LaToya some cellulite. Kenya, the world is cellulite. You are American. Stop, some cellulite. I was showing her some cellulite that I was not happy with on me butt, right? So, everybody's like, oh, okay. So then Drew was like, that's why I said it. I just felt a connection, and I was just saying, I'm sorry, let me be Drew. I just felt a connection, and that's why I was saying it, right? Side note, Drew's sitting there because her girdle, or whatever you call it, the waist cincher, is suffocating her. And I know Drew says she has a rare thing of endometriosis, but I know people that have endometriosis and their stomachs are not on swole. I want to see Drew's doctor note. Again, I'm not body shaming anyone. That's not the point. The point is Drew's a pathological liar. And this person with that body, yeah, I want more evidence, because you've been body shaming people all year. And you're just like, oh, how could you body shame me and my medical condition? What's the difference between a medical condition and somebody's body that just looks like that? Because you're all born with the body. What's the difference between a medical condition and botched surgery, since that's what you keep saying Kenya has? I really don't see why they are different. It's somebody's body. It's the way they look. Respect that. So Drew was like, oh, I was just saying there was a connection. So then LaToya jumps in. Like the connection we had. And Drew was like, excuse me? right? And Latoya was like, I said, like, the way you cheated on your husband with me. And Kandi dies laughing. Yo, Kandi dies laughing. And I hope Latoya, because she is out for blood with Drew, the way Drew busted in her dressing room while she said she had a cold, UTI, or whatever, right? That she goes out for blood. Because when they talked about what happened on the coffee table, Kenya and Cynthia gave each other looks like, are they really going to talk about it? Mistress Angel was preening over, right? Porsha was trying to be like, just ignoring it. And Shamia had a little smirk too. Everybody says by any count that Drew was acting crazy on that table and not like a married woman. And to be honest with you, I really don't care what a married woman acts like. I really don't care who was busting it open, not in a judgmental point, but honestly, if we're going to be judging and we're going to be pointing fingers and we're going to be slut-shaming people, let's get down to the dirt. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm that type of person where it's like, listen, go live your life. As long as it doesn't involve hurting anybody or whatever, go live your life, be free. But if you're going to sit there and you're going to start slut-shaming people, then you know what? Let's talk about your past, because that's what it is. The hypocrisy gets me. Just like everybody tries to act brand new about Kenya slut-shaming Porsha, but Porsha, for how many seasons when she was with Phaedra and her own, tried to call Kenya a wanton woman, tried to say that Kenya was this and that. And remember when everybody's like, oh, why are you throwing your marriage in Porsha's face? Remember when Porsha was like, you would never understand the convictions of a married woman. Porsha used to throw the fact that she was married in Kenya's face all the time. She used to slut shame Kenya big. Phaedra and Porsha started a rumor that Kenya was with the one-eyed African, was sleeping with Apollo, was all over the place. So I really don't want to hear it. Turnabout is fair play. And if we're talking about two little made-up lies with Phaedra, still surprises me. I was talking to a bunch of my people in the comments. I'm with y'all. It still surprises me that Porsha did not get fired. Some Bravo executive loves Porsha, because Porsha should have been out of there right with Phaedra. Because if you think about it, Porsha actually did the bulk of the dirt. I understand that Phaedra told her that, but if I told you that so-and-so, my neighbor, had buried bodies underneath their thing and kept spreading it, and I'm like, oh, no, you don't understand, my best friend told me, I still have liability, because when you spread those type of dangerous rumors, you 100% have liability to follow up and make sure it's true, Anyway, that was the reunion. I'm hoping part 2 is super, super juicy. I'm going to get that review out hopefully that night, if not early Monday morning, to see what happens. But yeah, I'm hoping everything goes well. All right, you guys, what's the other topics? Oh, yeah, they're saying that everybody got offered back a peach, right? This is actually kind of interesting. I don't know if it's true. They're saying everybody got offered back a peach. Remember when Kandi was like, yo, just because I'm not sitting next to Andy doesn't mean anything. I'm a mainstay. Maybe it does mean something. Everybody got offered a peach. I think it's unclear whether Marlo got offered one. Latoya got offered a peach, but I don't think she hasn't accepted the contract. Probably the amount is lower than she wanted, so she's trying to get her agents and stuff to negotiate that up with Bravo. I hope Latoya does come back. She actually did add some type of energy to the season, right? Okay, so then we also have Drew was offered a peach back. Of course, the producer's flunky was going to get a peach. That was expected. But here's the interesting news. Kandi was making $2 million, right? She got bumped down to $1 million. Kenya got bumped up to either 1.4 or 1.5 million. And get this, Porsha makes less than Kenya. She makes a little bit less than Kandi. So Kandi got $1 million. Porsha probably came in at 950,000 or 900,000. I don't know why that's odd that they're right neck and neck. Probably after that shit went down about all the rumors her and Phaedra spread, probably one of the conditions of Porsha is staying on the show. I can see Kandi negotiating that, like, yo, she can never make more than me. So it's interesting that Kandi kind of got like demoted, even though I don't know if that's such a big deal, because I can see, honestly, I don't care what y'all say. I think Bravo is running Real Housewives of Atlanta down to the ground. I can definitely see Kandi taking that demotion because they're going to give Kandi that money in other spinoffs. I think there's going to be an old lady gang spinoff. I think there's going to be a restaurant spinoff. There might even be like a Kandi X Factor searching for the next star spinoff. I can just see a lot of spinoffs coming up. And you know, regardless of what I think about Kandi spinoffs, Bravo loves them a good spinoff, especially when it comes to Kandi. They tried to do that with Porsha, like Porsha's having a baby or something like that, but it really didn't pan out. It was like, I don't know, Porsha, it just didn't pan out, right? But Kenya got that raised to 1.5. Now, that said, who's making the most money? But because Kenya has that villain narrative, it's really hard for her to get endorsements and whatnot. Kandi has her own stuff going, so Kandi probably, I know, has more money than everybody, right? Porsha, she's about to do an Amazon Live for Mother's Day. She has all this shit going on because she has that good girl narrative. She's gotten her job on This Nation. So she's making probably more than Kenya when you put in all her outside streams of income. That's what's going on. I do hope Marlo gets a peach, only because Marlo's an OG. She's been there forever, and I want to see more of her life. And no lie, if you have Erica Jayne, we're going to talk about the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills trailer, but if you have Erica Jayne, right, and Jen Shaw from the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, and Erica Jayne from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, on there when their husbands or them are facing federal charges, then why can't we see Marlo know about her past? If she's been arrested, if she was fighting, if she had a sword past, I want to hear about it. I like Marlo, and I want to see her as just more than a friend. I think it would be really, really good energy. They're talking about bringing back Sheree and Phaedra. I'll be honest with you. I enjoyed a really good Sheree, and I enjoyed the way her and Kenya threw shade at each other, but it never got that deep. Sheree's only sin was she never picked the right team. She never picked the right team. Just like in life, she never picks the right house. She never picks the right contractors. She never picks the right men. She never even picks the right time to start her fashion line, right? Because she by Sheree, or even an athletic line by Sheree, could have really gone far. But that's the thing with Sheree that makes her so funny. Sheree is all about the superficial, but she's all into the short-term con instead of the long-term. She does not have long-term vision, and hilarity always erupts in her life because of her short-term goals that are so short-sighted. Now, Phaedra, do we want Phaedra to come back? I don't know. You know why? Because, I'm just lotioning up. Do you know why? Because Phaedra, I don't know. If she squashes beef with Kenya and we don't come back with that hateful vibe, definitely. But you know why I would like to see her come back? Because I don't care what you say. Phaedra and that Scorpio energy is really, really upset about Porsha throwing her under the bus. You can't tell me she's not. I would really like to see if she came back, where the alliances fell and what she had in store for Porsha. And I want to see Phaedra throw that little, again, Phaedra did have rehearsed reads, but I love them. Drew, take note. That is a true fake Christian. That is a true fake Christian and freaking the streets. That is a true OG when it comes to reading a rehearsed reads. Like, that is the true tea, right? So I am really hoping if Phaedra squashes the beef with Kenya, that she sets her sights on Porsha, because I know that she knows where Portia's bodies are laying, and her shade, her reads, and if she went toe-to-toe with Porsha to give a little Scorpio payback, I would love that. You know, like I said, I figured out with Porsha fans, aside from like, not all her fans, right? But the stans, they're like barbs. They're like vicious. They bit in my comments, hitting me up on Twitter, telling me, you never gonna be shit in life, blah, 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 trying to curse my bloodline, right? Hey, y'all, what's up? Still here, still growing, right? But, you know, I noticed that the divide in Porsha's fans are like people that see emotion as real, and emotion is real, but sometimes you can feel like things are messed up, but the actuality is, okay, it's not, or you have no one to blame for yourself. But anyway, let's move on to the next time. So, the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills are back. And y'all, I actually think I might watch this season and review it for you. I don't care if y'all don't want to see it. I'm going to watch it, and maybe I'll make it more fun so you don't even got to watch that. You can just come to my review. Also, let me know what type of shows you guys want, because I'm trying to like really like step it up things. I want to do this full time. I know half of y'all in the back are being like, bitch, is never going to work. But then the other half of y'all are rooting for me. Thank you for that energy. And I'm going to stand in the sun and actually do what I want to do. So I want to do this full time. So I'm going to have to step up my reviews, get some shows y'all interested in. Tell me what you guys are interested in, right? Let me know in the comments, right? But here's the thing, right? You have the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Oh my God. Yo, you have Erica. On the next, when the season starts, we'll read into their zodiac and stuff. But right now, let's just do a quick clip notes, because I know this video is getting long. You have Erica literally talking about like, I didn't know what my husband did, and how was I to know? And I don't know why this divorce is happening. I would have held his hand till the end of time. Girl, his money's gone. He's been, for those of you guys that don't know, he's been accused of defrauding orphans, widows, people that are survivors of horrible things that happen in class action lawsuits, and defrauding them. But get this, he had almost all of the California Bar Association, at least key people, allegedly in his pocket that were helping them get away with these illegal settlements, and how they're dispersing the settlement monies, right? He did some really low down stuff. Because that's the thing, I remember thinking like, listen, I know that he's a successful attorney, and everybody in California heard of him. But the life that Erica was living and the life that they were living, I was like, he's living a billionaire's life. So unless he's invested well, unless he has something else going on, I was like, I've never seen a lawyer this rich. Granted, multimillionaire, yeah, but billionaire lawyer, I don't know. I've just never seen it. But I was like, okay, whatever. It's their money. I'm not going to be in their pockets. Maybe he's savvy. Maybe he invested in Uber. Girl, no. He invested in nothing. He was robbing the poorest. He was robbing the weak. He was robbing victims, allegedly. But it looks like it's going to pan out in court. The only question is whether Erica was involved, because you know that they froze her records, right? Not her records. They froze all her assets, right? She can't sell anything. She can't go anywhere. They froze all her assets. She had to move from that giant estate they had into a little apartment. Now, when I say little, it's little for Erica. You went from living in an $80 million mansion to living in an apartment that's $80,000, right? So she's still living it up. She's still living like scorned rich white vibes, rich white housewife vibes, right? So that's cool, but I'm just interested to say that's going to be her storyline about how much she knew about it, how much she's embarrassed about it, and how much that, I wonder if Erica has Scorpio in her. Let's Google this really quick. Hold on. She either has Scorpio or Sag. Let's see. My computer's right here. Sorry for this, y'all. Let's Ooh, Erica's a Cancer. I knew there was some type of vengeful water sign in there, because also her and Tom had been through a lot, in the fact that he apparently had a mistress. Apparently when she got with him, she was so young and beautiful, and he was so old that everybody for 20 years called her a gold digger, which I thought was unfair, because honestly, after you've been married to somebody for 20, 30 years, it's like, really? Gold digging? Like, I don't care how much gold you want. Being married to somebody for 20, 30 years is not fun. So anyway, Erica's a Cancer. And this explains, because they were sitting down at the dinner table and they were like, yo, what is she like? Yo, I'm gonna remember this. Yo, Cancers and Scorpios, when it comes to vengeance, why does it last forever? Why do they try to destroy your whole bloodline? Because that hurt goes into the heart. It sears them. It becomes a part of them, and they don't let it go. Even if they conquer all their enemies, even if they destroy everybody that stood in the way, they will never forget the way people they trusted close to them hurt themselves. Erica is like on another one. She is on a mission. She is looking, and she's saying she's innocent. That's why I want to watch to see what's going on. When we start watching the season, I'm actually going to read the court papers and actually see what's going on in the case so I can keep you guys forward. Okay, Kathy Hilton's on there, right? She's with Kyle. My opinion of Kyle is a snake. Kyle is a snake. She's a snake. She's a snake. Hold on, guys. I'm sending a thing. She is a snake. Kathy Hilton's there. I saw the way she threw her sister, Kim Richards, under the bus, right? For the last season. But she is a snake. What she did to Lisa and Vanderpump, snake stuff. So I'm not saying Lisa didn't deserve it, but it was snake, 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 right? Kyle is a Capricorn. Her husband, Mauricio, is is a Libra man. You know, Libra men, they can get to great levels of success, but they need a good woman that also is the brains and also the discipline behind everything. Enter Kyle, that Capricorn woman, always moving up, moving up. They literally built a damn empire. But quiet as kept, they built the empire by stealing all the clients from Kathy's husband's real estate thing. That's right. Remember when they first started Real Housewives of Beverly Hills? Kyle really didn't have much. Mauricio didn't have much. They had a lot compared to me and you. But for Beverly Hills, they were on like the, poor end, right? But then he started working with Kathy's husband. I think his name's Rick. Started looking at his real estate thing, right? And started looking at working his real estate firm. And the real estate firm, and Kathy's also a Libra, right? So she does not appreciate what happened. The real estate firm that was with Rick, Mauricio was looking, and then he literally stole all the clients to bring him over on his side. That's how they made that big come up, right? Kyle does not care by hook or by crook. I mean, whatever. Capricorn, she did what she did for the people that she loves, and clearly she looks at Mauricio and her kids as more of a family and worth more loyalty than her sisters. I'm not going to get into that, but I'm really interested to see what the dynamic is, right? Kim, her sister, I love Kim Richards. For one, Kim, you ever see those people that have like those Lady in the Tramp eyes? Kim always looks so pretty and vulnerable, almost like she's about to cry, even when she is cursing you out. And we know Kim Richards used to read the room. She was a Virgo queen. She used to read people down. Remember when she read Lisa Rinna down and Lisa Rinna tried to flip the table and pull a knife, and Kim was still like, and that still doesn't change the truth. That's why I'm going to let all the tea out about your husband. And Kyle was running for the hills, right? If y'all haven't seen that scene, Google Kim Richards, Lisa Rinna dinner fight. You are going to crack up. Anyway, Kim felt really done in by Kyle, right? And I don't agree with the way Kyle, we'll get into that when I start reviewing Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. But Kim is closer to Kathy, right? And she looks at Kathy as a real sister. Kyle is Queen Bee. Kathy is used to being Queen Bee, because even in that sister dynamic, forget about the outside, Kathy was always Queen Bee. She married rich first. She's more successful. Her name and her daughters are super famous too, right? So there's that drama to see how it unfolds. Gabrielle is looking for, she's looking for a husband, and her sons are like, I'm not like that. Lisa Rinna's like, what's wrong with being so fake? It looks like Lisa Rinna is going to have a small role. She is on camera arguing with her daughter, Amelia, who's 19 years old, who's dating Scott Disick. If you didn't know, is the ex-husband or ex-boyfriend of Kourtney Kardashian that has 3 children. This man is almost 40. He might actually be in his 40s, and he has 3 small children. And you're dating a 19-year-old. He was dating Sophia Richie, and they broke up when she was like 22 or something. And now he went even younger than 19. Yo, ooh, I don't like that. And as a mom, what do you do about that, right? I don't know. I mean, I don't believe in hitting children, obviously, so you can't use violence. But what do you do when you see your child making a really, really bad decision? Do you just try to stay close to them and guide them, or do you like absolutely forbid them? Because honestly, I would pull the purse strings, but Scott has enough money that he can put her in her own apartment, get her own car. Plus, he is like a local celebrity, a California celebrity, right? So there's a lot of perks that comes from being with Scott Disick. Anyway, what else is going on in that trouble? That's it. Oh, and then there's an Asian housewife. That's good for diversity. She's getting into with this girl. I don't know. We'll wait to see how that pans out. That seems like a B, plot line. But she said something like, oh, you don't believe color exists. And this one girl was like, I don't know, it ended up with her saying that she was petty and jealous. Anyway, we'll skip over that. We'll see how that develops. But The real thing is that same woman, I don't know her name, maybe she's new to the Housewives, maybe she was there last season and I didn't care, but they literally, she's at the table and Erica Jayne is like some serious formidable cancer energy, right? When she was like, and you can tell she's been through shit in her life because when she explodes, there is this wall of rage. It is palpable. It's almost like, yo, like leave her alone. And she was like, shut that F up, right? She said it with so much rage and contempt in her voice. And that one girl, I don't know her name, was like, no, you need to stop. And Erica was like, or what? And the girl was like, or nothing, Erica. And Erica's like, that's what the F I thought. Shut that F up. Yo. Everybody at the table was like, I hope you can fight because that's where it's going. Anyway, that's the wrap up for the Beverly Housewives. I'm going to review it. And also, you guys, let me know what you like me to review because, again, I'm going to try to do this full time. Thank you so much for all the support y'all showing me. We'll have this in a different video, but let me know. Also, like, comment, and subscribe. It only takes a second. If you like it, great. If you subscribe, even better. If you turn your notifications on, yo, let's go. All right. Oh, before we go, we have to talk about the Real Housewives All-Stars, right? Now, it's not going to be on Bravo. It's going to be streamed through the Peacock network. So if you can, download the app, right? But we have the Real Housewives of Atlanta All-Stars. There hasn't been too many leaks about what's going on, except for the fact that Ramona called Kenya B within an hour meeting her. Sounds like Ramona. I hope Kenya blazed her, right? There were reports that Ramona had gotten the best room, but it turned out people said, no, she did not. Maybe that's why she called Kenya B, because Kenya was like, this is my room, get out of here. They've just been showing pics of the ladies on vacation. They've been living the high life, the Turks and Caicos on a yacht. Kenya lost all her pandemic weight. That's how you can tell Mark is not stressing her out anymore because she looks good. There's also Ramona's there. We've been seeing pictures of Kyle, Cynthia, Melissa Gorga's there, Teresa's there. I used to love Teresa Gredici until she let it be known that she was a Trump supporter, which in my mind was nonsensical. You come from a family of immigrants. Your husband never got his citizenship. You are the people Trump wants to deport out of the country. And I remember she tried to make a petition for Trump to excuse Joe. Like that was going to ever happen. But her savior and king, Trump, did not do that. And Joe was deported. But I guess she's happier for it. She has a new boyfriend. The kids seem like they're doing well. Joe, I've heard he might allegedly be running a Ponzi scheme out from Italy. I wouldn't put it past him because Joe's a mess. But anyway, again, I wish Teresa well, but not the Trump supported side of her. But yeah, I'll keep you guys posted on what's going on with the Real Housewives. The only thing I did say about the All-Stars is the fact that everybody's always talking about every year that Kenya's fired. Kenya's not fired. She's actually on the All-Stars. Kenya is not fired. Can we admit that Kenya is a mainstay? She serves a purpose. And just like, as much as some people don't like Porsha's not going somewhere. Neither is Kenya. The show couldn't take it. And then I've heard a lot of people saying they want a complete and utter revamp of new housewives. They need new cast. Y'all, I don't agree with that. The cast is fine. I mean, I can't stand Drew, right? But it would be nice to see her get exposed for a season, wouldn't it? If they dug down into her bullshit and really, really exposed her. Shout out to, remember when Drew was talking about that bullshit with the Native American and she was dressed up as an Indian woman with a red dot, just confused with all different Native things. And she tried to show her family reunion when they were all dressed up in Chippewa or whatever. And Kenya was like, yeah, that's nice. But honestly, Drew, the thing I'm upset about and that you're a hypocrite is you impersonated an Indian woman. If you were Native American, you would know that Native Americans do not call themselves Indians. They call themselves Native Americans, right? I'm sure some might, but the preferred as a collective is Native American. But anyway, you know, they are necessary. Kenya's necessary. Porsha's necessary to actually recast a whole show. That is basically burying the show. Listen, lots of reality shows come together and they seem like they could last, right? Look at the Real Housewives of Miami. On paper, that should have been a good reality show. We all know that it was one of the worst reality shows in the world, right? Look at the Real Housewives of Dallas. Now, they shouldn't have got rid of Leanne, because I actually really like Leanne. And even though she said racist things to Carrie, which she should apologize for, why is the redhead, the one that looks like 20 years older than she is, I forget her name, Brandy, why is Brandy on the show where she has said racist things about everyone, including Asians, and every time they call her on it, she weaponizes her tears? Because it's like, at this certain point, can we ignore when Brandy's crying? Because Brandy only cries to change the conversation, and she can cry like this. But why is Brandy still on the show? And Brandy and Stephanie have this yucky energy of overgrown frat girls, right? It's just gross energy, the fart jokes and this and that. It's just weird energy. So, but anyway, on paper, the Real Housewives of Dallas should work. They have yet to find their feet. To take Real Housewives of Atlanta and completely recast is one of the silliest things I've ever heard. No show can do that, even your favorite TV show, right? If you go in and recast everybody, what do you have? I wish people would actually think about what they're requesting, what they're saying sometimes. You know, it's like, how can you do a complete recast? You don't know. You need to cycle in new and keep some of the mainstays and then delete as needed. But again, if you were watching your favorite show on TV and you turn on and it was a complete recast, you'd be like, what is this? Especially considering it takes time to get into people's feelings, time to get into how you feel about the characters. I mean, I think that would just be suicide for the show. I still think that Bravo's trying to cancel it, or at the very least look at lower ratings as a reason to pay people less. But again, no, this show does not need to be recast. This show needs to be reproduced. They need to fire the production team, at least whoever in the production team is in charge of where the storyline goes, you know? Camera angles and all that stuff, I don't know. But they need to bring Carlos King back, playing this day, or someone that has the vision and the insight and the humor as Carlos King. Carlos King is a director, he's a producer, but he has a great script on how to pull the best out of people without things becoming too toxic. So you keep that beautiful tension where, you know, everybody's mad at each other, but nobody is trying to curse people's bloodline. You know what I'm saying? It's just, and you care about the drama, right? Carlos King knows the 16 archetypes for personalities, and he knows how to make those archetypes really interplay and just really do beautiful things. But anyway, yeah, I'll let y'all go. Till next time, I'll see y'all for the reunion. Bye.